now. They are individuals impacting Northwest Arkansas with their talents and good works. We call them movers and shakers.
How important is trail etiquette when a lot of people are going to be on the Greenway this weekend?
For all the allure that the Beckham Creek Cave House offers, it also brings with it peace and seclusion.
An update to the corruption trial involving former state senator John Woods. After several delays and continuances, the trial started yesterday.
The tent is open every day during the tournament. It'll open this morning at 10 a.m. and throughout the tournament.
I always say we always look up to Rick, and he's the most important person on our show.
It's a daycare dilemma in trying to find great child care, of course, without having to give up your firstborn. Paul's got the lead right now.
One hand, because I didn't want Chris to be,
we'll see.
He was upset.
Yeah, well, and I just wiped out right there. So there you go. That's a story of my life, just wiping out.
There are actually two fault lines that run directly underneath the city. The first, right where I'm standing, at the intersection of Arkansas Avenue and Dixon Street. A first-of-its-kind art show, popular in other cities across the country, is making a stop in Northwest Arkansas this weekend. Sebastian County Deputy Bill Cooper will also be remembered today. Deputy Cooper was shot and killed in August 2016 during a standoff.
Number two?
Yeah, there you go.
You know what? You can do that. You can be the clown feet. Rick, there you go.
Need something to target.
I'm not going to get on a bull, although my back has been turned to bulls all morning long. Let me step out of frame. You can see the one staring at us. He's been staring at us for quite a while now, trying to defend his territory.
We're talking about back to school this morning with school safety, your weather. Another important caveat to having kids going back to school, their lunch.
So I think mascots are meant to be fun and all the things. So I think people just have to get used to them.
Yeah, you got to grow to love them. This is coming from a city, though, Philadelphia.
It might take some time.
It might take,
Yeah.
especially with Philadelphia fans. They booed Santa Claus.
I'm just a guy from Arkansas. That's a badge of honor to me. But to other people, it's like you're a country boy. You don't know nothing about mixing records.
It's an art form some have mastered. For Derek Dansby, or who many know as DJ Derek, he's Northwest Arkansas's king of scratch. His talents are in constant demand, but his rise to popularity began with humble beginnings.
It all happened in steps. This led to this, led to this, led to this.
Dansby arrived at the U of A in 1995, playing at parties and social outings. His skills caught the ear of a local bar owner who asked Dansby to perform at his establishment.
Once I did that, the word got out and that place was jumping. And you talking about every week, it was a line down the street. Whenever you see DJs that's on Dixon doing stuff, I started that.
This trend-setting moment led to opportunities at bigger venues.
I had no idea that that red and white game would lead to all basketball games, would lead to gymnastics, would lead to track, football. Like, there's no way I could have saw that.
And the gigs would continue. In the past 2 years, Dansby has DJ'd both the SEC men's and women's basketball tournaments. And this year, he was the maestro of music at the SEC baseball tournament.
To represent Arkansas, to represent the school you came from on such a big level with that many people respecting you, loving what you do, and knowing, just like they said, that I was from Arkansas at the tournament. And I was like, that's what's up.
As for what's next, well, now at 41, he says his days of spinning are just getting started.
Every time I think it would be that time that you would think it was over, it just keeps getting bigger. Like, my name keeps getting more and more popular. I don't know why, I can't explain it, but it just happens that way.
I was looking for a job, and I found a purpose.
We all have dreams, goals, and ambitions, but not everything grows as planned.
This has been the most challenging thing I've ever done in my whole life.
For Tricycle Farms founder Don Bennett, his purpose began as a young man with a small piece of advice.
My dad always used to say, be a jack of all trades, a master of none, and I know just a little bit about a lot of things to be a little dangerous.
Much of Bennett's adult life was filled with high risk.
10 years ago, I stopped drinking alcohol.
And on the brink of losing it all, in 2008, his life changed.
That was transformational because I think I had a better ability to hear what was happening around me instead of being in my own self.
What Bennett heard was a message that changed the way he thought about others. It was also his first encounter with food insecurity.
It was based upon a person who has a degree at the university, had 2 jobs, was looking for a third, and told me something that I'd never even admitted to myself, and that's that she didn't know what she was going to eat the following week.
A seed was planted for the beginning stages of Tricycle Farms, and the search for land led Bennett to a place he never expected.
It was lost in all of the overgrowth in this fallow and feral farm. It's almost 200, it's last 2 acres of an almost 200-year-old farm, and it was right behind my house off of Dean Street.
In 2011, Bennett broke ground on that 2-acre lot. But like any business, things weren't easy to begin with.
There were times where I've walked through these gardens and I was starting to look at this as something that was going to fail. We had $100 in the bank account, and at that time I received a phone call and a donation of $10,000 that put me in tears.
Which Bennett used to water a dream, now producing a harvest, and soon after a platform to feed that vision into others.
I didn't know that I could stand up and speak in front of a big crowd. I had to go through being sick and scared and stand up and do it, and then realize that there was a power in inspiring other people to carry this message forward.
Life cannot sustain in dead soil. For Bennett, the ground he now walks on is fertile, and he's hoping to pass on his purpose to future generations.
We need to pursue our dreams, and we need to connect with our community, and we need to give, because that giving is receiving tenfold.